The 2010 version of the Global Employment Trends for Youth is unique as the only in the series to have been written during a global economic crisis. So inevitably we have to focus on the impact of the economic crisis on young persons. And we find that the impact has been really quite severe. In 2009, we estimated an 80.7 million number of young persons unemployed around the world. This was the highest number that we have ever seen. The impact has been really dramatic when we talk about the numbers of young unemployed persons. The jumps in some countries has been tripled. And prior to the crisis, we were actually seeing a decrease in youth unemployment and a decrease in the youth unemployment rate in these regions. Now we're seeing record growth. The jump in youth unemployment increased by 6.7 million alone in 2009. This number is really quite striking. And to put it in greater perspective, we ran an average of the annual increases in the 10 years prior to the economic crisis and found that on average, on a year-to-year basis, the youth unemployment was increasing by 191,000 per year. Now we're talking 6.7 million. So we really see a very, very striking impact. In the report, we pick up on the concept of lost generation, which is a term that has been used in the media and in other organizations. What is meant by this term, lost generation, is the threat of a current cohort of young persons entering into the labor market during recession, finding it very difficult to find work, and becoming completely discouraged and pulling themselves out of the labor market. And this will have consequences for their entire economic future. It will have consequences for the economies themselves, who will have lost the opportunity to benefit from the strength and the creativities that young people bring to the labor market. In fact, it's the young people who will drive the economic growth of tomorrow. So it's the cost of letting them detach themselves is simply too high. Governments cannot afford to allow a lost generation to happen. Given the fact that countries are now facing greater pressure to apply fiscal constraints, the question remains now whether or not countries are willing and capable of continuing to take such active interventions, active stimulus measures, particularly aimed at young persons. The ILO will advocate that withdrawing such active stimulus packages too soon could have dire consequences for this current generation of youth.